Hi, my name is Steve York. I'm Residential Market Manager for Hager UK, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Design 30 range of consumer units. As many of you will be aware, Amendment 3 to the wiring regulations was published in January. In this amendment, there is a special section dedicated to consumer units, and in this section it states that consumer units for household residential use must be made of a non-combustible material. So, as you can see, the Design 30 range of consumer unit is a full metal construction. That's the base, the cover and the door. As with any board, the first challenges you have as an installer is how do I mount it and how do I bring the cables to it. If we look at this board, we have multiple mounting options on the rear face of the board. We also have ample knockouts to enable rear entry of the cables. To assist with this, we have a cable entry plate. This plate, you remove the knockouts, insert the plate through the hole and then bend the tabs over when they move inside the board. This gives you a safe edge through which to bring your cables. On some projects, there is no need for cables to come in from the top or the base of the board. So we supply a board which has no knockouts. Aesthetically, this is a nicer, cleaner line for the customer. However, we understand that on some projects you will need to bring cables in from the top or from the bottom of the board. To this end, we have a number of cable entries in the form of rectangular knockouts. These knockouts have been designed to suit 25 by 40mm trunking, 50mm by 50mm trunking, and 50mm by 100mm trunking. If you're using the 50mm by 100mm trunking, it will fit across any two of the knockouts, ensuring that you have ample entry into the board to use the full capacity of the trunking. If we remove the cover, you will see that inside the board is very similar to our previous insulated board. We use the same terminals and we use the same markings on the terminal rail to denote where the connection should be made. If we look at the DIN rail, it's a very secure full metal DIN rail. This ensures that the circuit protection devices remain nice and vertical, making the installation look clean and tidy. On the references where required, the buzz bar is snappable, allowing you to configure your own configuration without having to hacksaw the buzz bar. The one addition that we've got that you will notice is a cable clamp. This is to hold the meter tails as they come into the main switch, reducing any strain put on that switch by the meter tails. When the installation is complete, to replace the cover, you simply align the tabs at the top and close the board down. You can then open the door and replace the screws. As we mentioned before, the base, the cover and the door of this unit are all made from steel. The door, as you can see, closes under its own weight. This ensures that the door is not left in the open position, and hence the whole of the consumer unit is not left without a non-combustible enclosure around it. I do hear you say though, you have a plastic catch on the front. How can that conform to non-combustibility? The answer to that is that there is a non-combustible membrane between the plastic moulding and the door. This membrane is there to allow us to use a health and safety lock for new buildings. To do this, we remove the centrepiece of the moulding. We then open the door. We insert the HSE lock into place. We then close the door. The HSE lock pierces the membrane and comes through, giving us somewhere to fasten our padlock. As you can see, when the padlock is fastened, the door remains closed regardless of what you do, ensuring that we have a nice, secure fastening. When the building is handed over, you simply remove the padlock, open the door, remove the HSE lock, put the centre back into the moulding, which has remained retained, so it's not been lost. This then leaves us with what we believe is a nice aesthetic offering for a consumer unit. I'd like to thank you for your time today. It's been a pleasure as always.